On May the 15th, Drake is about to drop his next debut album, Iceman. Now, as a fan, I'm very excited. But as a professional pocket watcher, I'm more curious to find out how much money he's probably going to make from this album. If you're curious like me, don't go anywhere because we're about to try and work it out. Welcome to episode 40 of Pocket Watching, a show where we attempt to work out how much musicians make from their music every single month. And this one is going to be very sweet. And you know, a wise man once said, if you want to find out about the future, look towards the past. And that's exactly what we're going to do. In October 2023, he released For All the Dogs. Now let's look into them streaming numbers right now. Now, For All the Dogs is in his top 20 most streamed albums of all time, coming in at a whopping 4.6 billion streams on Spotify. Now, that's just for Spotify, so if we work out across all streaming platforms, it's likely that this album has streamed about 9 billion times, with a B, capital B. Each stream, on average, pays around $0.0035. So, if we account for that, it is likely that that album has generated over $32 million. Crazy money, man. But you know we can't stop right there, right? We gotta keep going. Just give me a second. We're gonna get into it. This is not what Drake's gonna take home. This is his gross revenue. In order to understand what he takes home, we have to understand a little bit more about his deal structure. Can we please make way for OVO Sound? If you've been living under a rock and you don't know what OVO Sound is, it is Drake's own label. So not only does he license his music through his own label, he also eats off so many different artists, like Party Next Door, etc., etc., the list goes on. And he is in partnership with UMG, that is Universal Music Group. And just to give you some context about how big UMG is, an EBITDA of 810 million. Crazy, okay? This is very interesting because it means that Drake doesn't have the conventional deal that most artists have with their label. If you sign with a major label right now, you're likely to see 10 to 15% of all gross revenue. But Drake, he's a power player, so it's likely that his deal looks more like a licensing deal, where he retains control of the music and licenses it to Universal. Now, this isn't known for sure, but it's probably along those lines. So if we go back to his earnings, I would say it's fair that he takes around 70% of all the gross revenue home, which would mean he's probably taking home a whopping $22,958,719.68 from this album alone. Now, again, it is worth noting that this is the earnings for his last album. But depending on how his marketing goes for this campaign, he could very much start earning more along the lines of Take Care and Certified Lover Boy. I mean, just look at the campaign. It's kicked off to a great start. He created this big ice block here and put the release date of his album in the middle, electing people to try and break it to get inside. Probably spent $100,000 to put those ice blocks there, but earned millions of views and press promoting the project. So Drake has to just do what Drake does and become the focal point of all conversation for urban culture. Actually, not even just urban culture, pop culture. And I'm sure he'll do just as well, if not better, than his last album. And if you want to learn more about the music business so that you can put your infrastructure together and start earning some big bucks too, just comment book down below and I'll send you my guide. Comment down below the next person you want me to pocket watch.